Okay, we are going to do a quick little overview of our fall Olympic weightlifting cycle starting this week. And before we do that, just a quick little note. If you tested out your one rep max snatch or clean and jerk and you haven't texted that to me, or you can also Facebook message me, please do that. I'd like to get that all collected before the program begins, and then we're going to put a little compilation together. Hopefully, see some good results on it. All right, so please do that. All right, so I'm going to try to keep this really short and just give you the details in class as we approach each of the programming days. All right, so just want to give you a quick overview of everything. All right, so this is a three-day Olympic weightlifting strength cycle, and it's from Olympic weightlifting coach Greg Everett of Catalyst Athletics. Really amazing Olympic lifting coach. He's coached several Olympians as well as some high-level CrossFit elite athletes. So we've been following Catalyst Athletics for a while now. You've probably seen some of the demos that I've posted in Wodify. Really excited to try this program out, and if it's something that everyone likes and we're getting good results with it, we may try it later on down the road in the future too. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about how we are going to integrate the program into our CrossFit classes. All right, so this is a 3-day program. Like I said, day 1 is going to be focused on the snatch. Day 2 of the program is a heavy day where you're actually going to do both the lifts. You're going to build up to heavy single for both the snatch and the clean and jerk. And then on day 3, it's going to be focused just on the clean and jerk. In addition to the main lifts, on day 1 and day 3, there's some optional accessory lifts and a whole lot of squats. All right, so we're going to be spreading out some of the accessory work on day 1 and day 3 throughout the week. And so those are going to be programmed as strength options in your regular classes. All right, a couple things to mention about this program. Just like Juggernaut, this is a linear strength program. All right, so there's going to be some progressive overload throughout it, and we're going to be using percentages based on a recent one rep max. The program is going to start off relatively light and then progressively get heavier as we approach the liftoff, which is an event that we hold once a year at Ironside. It's just an in-house Olympic weightlifting competition. Another really cool feature of the program is that each week you're going to be hitting a heavy single, and then you're going to use the number for your one rep max clean and jerk and snatch for the following week. So there's a little bit of auto regulation each week when it comes to percentages, and so that's going to really help people stay on track. So if you miss a couple sessions here and there, doesn't really matter. I wouldn't even recommend trying to make them up, because you're going to be resetting your percentages based on Wednesday when we test out our one rep max snatch and clean and jerk. Okay, so let's take a look at our schedule for the next 8 weeks and go through it day by day so that you know what you can expect. And I created this little image just to walk us through it. Okay, all right, so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, just like we normally do, we're going to have a strength piece followed by a Metcon. During our regular CrossFit group classes, you aren't going to be allowed to make up any lifts that you missed or didn't finish in class. So that means you're going to have to be really intentional about not resting too much in between your sets. And if you're following the Olympic track, you're going to have somewhere between 6 to 8 sets to get through in about 20-25 minutes. So if you don't finish those sets, you're going to have to wrap things up when we get the Metcon started and make them up during open gym. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Please be respectful to your fellow Ironsiders and also to your coaches who are trying to run the class. They're not trying to be mean to you, but we just don't want it to be disruptive to what we're doing in the classes. Okay, so just be aware of that. All right, Monday, we're going to start off with a lower body pulling day. All right, so option 1, if you're just following the regular CrossFit strength program, you're going to do a deadlift, and there's going to be a testing option and a building option. The third option, or option 2 for us, is going to be the Ollie program that we're running. All right, so this is going to be our first day. We're going to be working on the snatch as well as some accessory work, and you're going to have about 8 sets, 6 to 8 sets total that you're going to need to work through. And then once we've done that, we're going to do a Metcon. Tuesday is going to be our pressing day. So option 1 again for the CrossFit strength piece, it's going to either be a shoulder press or a bench press. And then option 2 for the Olympic lifting program, we're going to do some of the accessory work that is programmed on Monday. So there's some push presses and push jerks that we're likely going to be doing on Tuesday for our pressing day. And then we'll do a Metcon. Wednesday is going to be open gym. You can use it however you like. We're still going to program a long Metcon just like we normally do. We always like to try to do a longer one on those days just because it's a really good modality. We usually do shorter ones throughout the week. And so that's going to be programmed. Option 2 is going to be day 2 of our 3-week program. And that's the day where you're going to build up to a heavy 1 rep max snatch and a clean and jerk. All right, so this is going to be a heavy day. And we're going to be doing a 1 rep max snatch first, and then you're going to test out your 1 rep max clean and jerk. And then based on what you hit, you're going to regulate your percentages for the next week. And the percentages are going to increasingly go up. But a couple things to understand about this day. It is a heavy day, but the goal isn't necessarily to hit a new PR every single week. Okay, that's not the priority here. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get some practice on this day moving heavier loads. All right, so Monday and Friday are going to be lighter days. Wednesday is going to be a heavier day, and that's going to be a skill in and of itself. All right, it's also going to give you an opportunity to develop some strength conditioning, which is important with Olympic weightlifting, because whenever you are competing, you're going to be doing both lifts that day, and so this is going to give us some practice working up to testing out those lifts. Okay, so again, no need to feel the pressure to PR. If it's feeling good though, go ahead and PR on that, and then we're going to be using those percentages for the following week or for the following 2 days. All right, Thursday, it's going to be our squat day, and option 1, it's going to be likely a back squat if you're following the CrossFit programming. For the Olympic lifting program, we're going to be programming some of the accessory work that that it's originally programmed on the 3rd day with a clean and jerk, and it's mostly squats. So again, you're going to be doing front squats and overhead squats. You're going to have 3 sets of each, and so you're going to again that doesn't even include your warm-up sets. You're going to have to be really intentional about getting those sets in and not resting too much, because if you don't finish it before the Metcon's over, you're going to have to finish it up in open gym. Okay. All right. That brings us to Friday. Friday is another pressing day. Option 1, we're going to be alternating through pressing movements for CrossFit, the CrossFit program. And then option 2 for the Olympic lifting. This is technically our 3rd day of the Olympic lifting. We're focusing on the clean and jerk as well as some accessory movements for the clean and jerk. So it's going to look very similar to Monday, but it's going to be geared towards the clean and jerk and not the snatch. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Saturday is going to continue to be a long partner WOD. We really enjoy doing those. They're a lot of fun if you haven't been to any of them. Little different dynamic when you're working alongside someone, and so that's going to be an option. Another option is we do want to give you guys an opportunity to make up anything that you missed throughout the week. It's not a big deal if you miss it, but if you really want to, obviously the more consistent you are on this program, the better your results are going to be. So during the 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., instead of doing the long partner WOD, if you want to make up a day that you missed throughout the week, you're going to have that option as well. Okay, so before we start, want to be clear on a couple things. Really excited to be doing this program. First time we've ever done a really structured 8-week Olympic weightlifting program. But we want everybody to understand that the CrossFit group classes are going to be the priority here. All right, so we don't want this to be disruptive. And there's not going to be opportunities during the CrossFit group classes to make up lifts, either during the class or even after the class, just because we simply don't have enough room to facilitate that. And again, we don't want to be disruptive. And so if you're unable to finish those up, you'll have to do it in open gym. And again, we just ask that you be respectful both of the programming and your fellow Ironsiders and the coaches who want to run the class on time. Okay. Other things we want to communicate: if you don't really want to do the Olympic weightlifting program, it's only going to run 8 weeks long, and you can still just follow the regular CrossFit programming. That's going to be programmed as option 1 and 2, and then the Olympic lifting program will be programmed as option 3. Okay, so I hope that's clear. You're still going to get, you're still going to be able to hit all of the lifts that we typically hit throughout the week. So don't worry about that. But I will say this is a really good opportunity to focus on the Olympic lifts. So if you haven't dialed those in, we're only going to do this, planning on only doing it once a year. And so definitely want you to take advantage of it. And but yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Just weigh it alongside your long-term goals. And yeah, so that's about it. I'll try to keep this short. We're going to be filling you guys in on the details on the day-to-day basis. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to post them below and we'll try to answer them. All right, you guys, we will see you in class.